Part 5 of the Galina sew along, and we are moving on to the panty. If you've made it this far, completed sewing the bra, the panty is going to be a breeze. The first step is to serge the top and bottom edge of the gusset, which I've already done. If you don't have a serger, you can leave these edges raw, and you are going to place it on top of the wrong side of the gusset piece. The reason why I made the gusset like this, and instead of encasing it in the seam allowances, I think it's called like the burrito method. A lot of people use that method when sewing panties. I feel like people are gonna say that I'm crazy, that I don't like it, but hear me out. I think that it's very bulky. So if I lay these flat on, and it's very nice and not bulky, which you don't want bulk in this area of your hoo-ha. So you want it to be as flat as possible. So once this is pinned in place, just put 4 pins at each edge. The next thing that we are going to do is to sew fold over elastic. This is my front piece. So fold over elastic along this edge and along this edge. I'm not going to show it or demo it on camera because I've already demoed it for sewing the bra. So I'm going to do it and then I'm going to show you the after. So you're going to sew the fold over elastic along this edge and then along that edge. Once you've sewn the fold over elastic along the front edges of the front panty, you're going to lay one over the other. It doesn't matter whether left goes over right or right goes over left. It's what you want. And then just do another line of zigzag stitches along the fold over edge to secure this in place, and then pin this edge in place. And back stitch at the point where the two meet at the center front. I have sewn the left and right front panty panels together along the fold over elastic, and after this you are going to sew the back to the front at the side seam, straight stitch, 1/4 inch seam allowance. If you have a serger, you can serge it, as well as the gusset seam. So sew the back gusset seam to the back panty and the front gusset seam to the front panty. Again, using a straight stitch, 1/4 inch seam allowance. If you have a serger, serge it. I have sewn the front panty to the back panty at the side seams, as well as the front panty to the front gusset and the back panty to the back gusset, which the gusset is only one piece, but I was just referring to the front gusset seam and the back gusset seam. Now the next step is to sew the fold over elastic along the cutout edges as well as the leg openings. I won't demo on camera because it was the same method as when you sew the fold over elastic along the front edges as well as on the bra. I have sewn the fold over elastic along the cutout edges as well as the leg openings. The last step is to attach the waistband. I went ahead and I wrapped my elastic band around my waist, and then I marked the point where I want it to be. I think this is better since everybody from hips to waist is a little bit different. So I think instead of having a pattern piece, to actually wrap the elastic around your waist to get the most accurate measurement. So what I did is I sewed them together, one short end, using a straight stitch, back stitch at the beginning and the end, and then on one end I did a little straight stitch back and forth to secure the seam allowances down. On the edge that is not sewn down, I'm going to align that with the, well actually I'm going to fold it in half so I can mark the center front. And then I'm going to align the back with the center back. So I'm going to take the two edges along the center back cutout, fold it in half in order to mark my center back. And then I'm going to overlap the elastic band and the panty 1/4 inch with the elastic band on top. And then for the front, I'm gonna make sure that that pin, that the two center front cutouts are equidistant from that center front pin. And then I'm going to sew these down with a zigzag stitch, and I will back stitch at the beginning and the end. You finished, yay! I hope that you're watching this video because you sewed the waistband elastic onto the panty and you now have a completed Galina set. I hope that you enjoyed this sew along. You can always email hello@madalynne.com if you have any questions. Hopefully you don't, and you're gonna stop watching this video and go out and wear your Galina.